simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence.
Alright, let's get a warm-up out of the way. What are we feeling for a warm-up? What did we do yesterday? Oh, we did the Tomcat. That's right. And I got my ass shot off after I got the first couple. Alright, well, we don't want to do that 2 days in a row. I kind of just want to do a Viper. Or we could do, you know what, we never do a merge with a Hornet, just because it's kind of goofy. Let's do that. Is that hot? I hope it's hot. We'll try. If it's not hot, I don't want to do a whole cold start. Nope, that's hot. Let's have to change the loadout. Oh, never mind. I've actually got a loadout. Okay. That'll work. Alright. Where am I? We need to hang a right. Yeah, I don't think I've done the warm-up flight in a Hornet in a very long time, because it's just not something I usually dogfight in very often. I guess it's time. See if I've still got my low-speed, high-alpha chops. We'll do a flight of 4 and try to get into the merge with at least 2. Alright, we don't have any faults. Alright, flaps half, FCS set. We cycled the bleeds, everything's ready to go. Did we power up the data link? Yep. Which means we could even be a little bit douchey and fire an AMRAAM off of the AWACS's track. But at that range and angle, I don't really trust the AWACS's track. Probably be a bad shot. That's the AWACS right there. We'll go ahead and data link him. Okay, here we go. All right, and away we go. There he is. Alright, let's switch over to a TWS. Punch it out to 80 miles. There we go, we got a couple on the data link already. We'll just fly at them and let the radar passively track as many as it can. I don't want to do a full send salvo, but we'll probably pinch off at least 2 AMRAAMs on the way in. There we go. Interrogated dirty. 42 miles. Well, they're turning back into us. Looks like we got a passive track on all 4 of them, it looks like. Yeah. So we could literally fire 4 AMRAAMs off. There's the leader. Yeah, let's get the leader. We're going to get a really quick shooting solution when they turn back and flank. Right now they're flying away from us, so I could probably shoot the missile right now. It's just a lower percentage shot. With 4 of them out there, I kind of want to make sure the first shot is pretty decent, which it's going to be now. Fox 3. Fox 3. Splash 1. Splash 2. All right. Fox 2. Splash. Now I'm just playing with my food. Fox 2. Splash. And that's why we don't do a lot of warm-ups in the Hornet. It's a little easy. I mean, I could have probably engaged all 4 without even going to the merge. I had the AMRAAMs to do it. I chose to go into the merge just so I could do some high alpha, low speed maneuvering. Make sure I'm still working my rudders. But I haven't lost the touch. It's too easy.
Flight controlled. Flight controlled.
Paddle, paddle, paddle. Yep, still doing the warm-up. Just started streaming just now. This is the first flight. I'm going to jump into a helicopter in just a second. Yes, a two-bladed heli like an original Bell Huey is extremely unstable. And well, not extremely unstable, but it's really unstable. Especially the old ones, because this is those original Hueys are pre-AFCS, DAFCS augmentation, so you're flying with a raw cyclic with just a force trim. So it's definitely not the most stable ride. Which I'm getting ready to do my helicopter warm-up right now, so I will demonstrate. It is definitely a different experience flying the original helicopters. But it's very rewarding too, because if you get really good at flying a Huey, the other helicopters will seem a lot easier. But yeah, you just got two blades. So the cyclic is going to be extremely twitchy, so's the anti-torque, and so's the collective, because it's just all super raw. So taking off, we're going to be right about here with the cyclic, back and left because of the rotation, and we'll be putting in left pedal because of when we start torquing up. So even knowing where about you're going to be holding it, it's still, you can see I can't just take off perfectly straight up and down super easily. She's a wobbler. The real trick is a lot of people will chase, because when you're flying a helicopter, you're flying very reactively, in a sense. But the problem is it's so wobbly with its two-blade system that people tend to chase the wobble, and that's the mistake. You just got to fly with it and let it just wobble a bit. Like I'm doing very, very micro motions, like I would in any other helicopter, and I'm not trying to correct all of the wobble. When you start trying to correct the wobble, that's where people lose control pretty easily. So it's got to be real slow, smooth, micro movements. I'd say the worst part about the Huey and DCS is just you're not gonna blow a lot of stuff up in your Huey. You know, the armament's gonna be very tame, but it's a transport helicopter. It does that job quite fine. But they nerfed the miniguns down so much that doing damage with the guns is pretty much pointless. And rockets have been nerfed in DCS for quite some time, so you're not going to do a lot of assaults with it. But picking up down troops to score for your team, stuff like that, transporting troops, transporting supplies. And the Huey's pretty good at transporting stuff because you can hide pretty decently with it. It's hard to see a Huey from above looking down. You can spot a hind. You can spot a hip. Huey's pretty rough to spot in a lot of cases. Somewhat. Yeah, in somewhat. That's somewhat the case. You'll have a little bit more raw power. You'll have a little bit more stability as long as the systems are good. You could make a 5-bladed helicopter that still flies like ass because the augment systems or the avionics systems in it are not the best. Depends on who made it and what AFCSs you're using. But generally speaking, yes, more rotor blades means you're going to have a little bit more responsive power and you're going to have more stability and control if you've got augments on that rotor. But being kind of stable makes the Huey kind of fast too, though. Like we can just go ahead and I'm not using the throttle. I'm not using the collective at all. I haven't touched the collective, and see how we can just start zooming forward now and going straight into transitional lift. I did not add any collective. I haven't touched it. And you can just start taking off. So the instability also makes you a little bit more agile and fast. Which is what the Huey needs to be. So there you go, I force trim the stick forward. That's about all of the augments I've got going on, is just force trimming the stick forward so I'm not blowing my arm out trying to hold it. So we went from a hover to 100 knots without touching the collective and just doing a little bit of rocker work on the cyclic. So it is very quick, but it is definitely unstable. It's like a Viper. In DCS or in real life? In DCS, I'd have to say the most stable helicopter is probably going to be the Black Shark.
Overlord, 1-1, pop-up group, 2D8, 416 at 1,500 knots. Overlord, 1-1, Bra, 2D6, 415 at 1,500 knots.
So there you go. We can do a little bit of damage to the people on the ground, but the trucks, they're kind of like bullet sponges. They nerfed the lower caliber weapons a little bit too much.
1-1, Overlord, 1-1, pop-up group, 290, 413 at 1,500 cold.
But the Huey's quite maneuverable, it really is. Like I said, that instability also gives it a lot of agility. Once you get used to controlling it. You can do hammerheads, you can do all kinds of maneuvers. You can carve pretty hard. But if you're wanting a smooth, stable ride, that's not it. Oh yeah, the Kiowa is more stable than the Huey by far. It's also not as maneuverable or fast. The Kiowa's comparably way slower and way less maneuverable. But I mean, the Kiowa is a small scout helicopter. You could fit a Kiowa inside of the Huey. Kiowa is a scout. It's also a Lays. It's very good for buddy lazing because it is so tiny and quiet. Well, it just depends on what you're going to do.
At 1,500, cold. Overlord, 1-1. Bra, 065-450 at 7,000 knots.
For cargo transport, you're going to want the Chinook or the Mi-8. The Huey is definitely niche. The Chinook is not as stable as it should be right now, but it will be when they're actually done finishing it. A lot of the DAF systems and passive augments are not implemented into DCS yet. All they have right now is an AFCS altitude hold, I think. So that helps with the stability, but if you're flying it raw, it's not near as stable as it should be right now, but it will be. So the Chinook is a very stable helicopter. Mi-8 is pretty damn stable as well. It's got a lot of power, so it doesn't have any real problems with ascending. As a matter of fact, descending is the biggest problem in the Mi-8. Because it does have so much powder. You can almost power hover at an idle in some cases, where you can just have a lot of trouble getting it to descend. The only problem with the Mi-8 is the normal Russian stuff, where there's a lot of shit plugged into the power, and it doesn't generate that much power. So when you're taking off, or it's really cold, shit like that, you have to watch what all the stuff you're running, because when you take off, if it stresses it a little bit and you have a bunch of shit running, it'll stress the engine a little bit more, and the RPMs might drop, and when that happens, you're gonna have a bad day. That engine's got to stay spinning at operational RPMs in order for the generators to work. But, you know, it's pretty, the Huey's pretty stable once you get used to it. When you stop trying to chase the instability, it gets more stable for you, basically. Just because I don't know. For me, I passively control it smoother over time just from not chasing it anymore. The Huey does want to move, though. It's definitely a bit of an art form just hovering it around, because it wants to push for transitional lift almost naturally. Alright, let's jump over to the server. We got a war to try to finish. Yeah, I like the Huey, but I'm not going to lie and say I fly it all the time, because I usually don't have a situation on like the war servers where I really need to use it. Well, the Hind is 1,000 times more stable than a Huey, because the Hind's got full passive control system augments. It's not hard to fly a Hind. It's not really hard to fly the Hind maneuverability-wise, it's just hard to get used to the weight. And of course the power problem. I don't really consider the Hind hard to fly. I just consider knowing how to fly it to be the hard part. Oh, shoot. I went back into my practice map. Alright, North Pole Flights Foothold Caucasus Modern. There we are. I am breathing. That's all I got for you tonight. I am breathing. Alright. Oh, we still need to get Mazdok. Well, it looks like everybody's pummeling it already, at least. I'm not gonna know what... And Nalachek's all blown up, huh? That's a bummer. Alright, I'm gonna grab a harm loadout. I'm gonna fly around with the Elent pod just to see what I can see and get an idea of what's going on. I know there was an SA-2 at that SAM site to the east of Mazdok, so if there's nothing at Mazdok to hit, I can always hit that. Alright, let's check our... We need to check our warehouses too. We need to capture Mazdok and I'll warehouse Mazdok. Nobody blew all the credits, did they? Nope, we got good credits. We're set. So... let's throw that into Nalachek to repair that defense. Okay. Oh, warehouses. Resources. It's probably stacked. Oh yeah, it's stacked. We're set. Nalachek needs a resupply. What's their resources look like? Oh, they're fine too. NPC, it needs a resupply, not a warehouse. There's a cargo plane coming in already, so that'll be fine.
Passing waypoint 1 at 12,000.
Alright, Mazdok just has 3 Terminators and a T-90. Blow them up, Shrin. Okay, I'm just gonna grab a Chinook from Nalachek and head for Mazdok. I'm gonna just put my faith into you guys that you're gonna kill everything at Mazdok while I'm on the way. Or should I do it in a Hind in case you guys don't kill everything? Let's do it in a Hind just in case you guys do not kill everything. So I'll bring 1 capture crew. And some tandems. That's like the main goal for the night, is capture Mazdok and then get all the defenses built up and warehouse it. Alright, we'll go 4 tandems. Whoops. And then we're gonna go 2 single 60s in case some stupid jet tries to mess with me. At least I'll have something to shoot at him. And that's it. We're not gonna take anything else. We're gonna drop out 10% of the fuel. Because we gotta put some troops in here and they're gonna be heavy, and we're already friggin' heavy because we're in a Hind.
Adjusting magnetic declination. Ready.
Alright, so we're just going to turn on our radios. We're going to turn off all of our lights. We're not going to turn on our radars or our RWRs or IFFs yet. And it's also cold. Yeah, where's the ATIS? Or did I miss the ATIS? I might have missed the damn ATIS. I know it's freezing. So we'll turn on all the heating once we get up in the air. That way we don't blow the generators taking off. We'll just grab a small contingent of troops to capture.
We're ready. Let's go.
Alright, I got troops. We could, but that's not set up for the... Oh, there it is, right there. Negative 9 degrees Celsius, so it's actually gotten colder tonight than it was last night on the server. We'll definitely have to turn on all of our de-icing once we're up in the air. Alright, break off. Whoop, break back on. Wait a minute. Let me get a generic heading. I know where we're going, but I'd... Alright, so we're gonna go 055 to 065. Yeah, this is DCS. Alright, break off, and we're gonna do a taxi takeoff. Which again is what the Hind is designed to do. Can you VTOL it? Yes. Should you? Not really. Alright, gear coming up.
Turning on weapons.
Alright, we got transitional lift. We'll start turning all of our stuff on after I get it force trim set. Alright, so IFF, radar, warning system. Turn the fan on, of course. Weapons are coming on. Powering up the sight. And turn on the launcher for air to air. Hello, Enda. How's it going? Alright, and we're going to change our pitch to about 10 degrees. Oh, and we got to turn on all the winterizing. I'm just going to guess about halfway to Mazdok, our icing warnings are going to start popping every few minutes. Because it is friggin' cold. Alright, we're cruising. Alright, how many miles do we got? Roughly, generically, 38 miles, roughly. We still need someone to blow that shit up, though. Terminators are going to outrange me. I'm not going to be able to kill a Terminator with a tandem, probably. Their SHORADs have more range than my Vickers. Yeah, we lost the Tomcat.
Commander, weapons ready. Attacker selected.
There's an MI8 coming from Bez. Oh shoot, nobody's on SRS, are they? There's an MI8, if there's anyone in the stream that's also in the server, there's an MI8 leaving Beslin heading north to Mazdok. It needs to die before it gets there. If it starts getting closer and nobody's on the way, I'll divert to it with the Hind. Oh, there it is. Icing. Giving help rides. I think the funniest joke I ever heard, like on the spot, was a Marine buddy, and he said when a Navy guy sees a helicopter, he goes helo, helo. When an Army guy sees a helicopter, he goes chopper, chopper. When a Marine sees a helicopter, he goes ooh, ooh, ooh. That's my favorite helicopter. That's what made me become a pilot in real life. That's what got me started completely, was I wanted to be a AH-1 pilot. I didn't get to be, but that's what I wanted to do for sure. I did not get to fly near enough helicopter in real life. But that's what I wanted to do. Okay, I'm gonna have to, yeah, we're just gonna divert ourselves. I'm gonna head for that MI8. I'm gonna make sure that MI8 does not get to Mazdok. Come on, Icing. Get over yourself for a minute. I might have to push the engine a little bit. I'll hit that MI8 with a tandem. We'll just line up. Hopefully from behind. How far away is this guy? Oh, he's a pretty ways away there. And I've got a Fulcrum coming. Son of a... Damn it. That's not going to work out. We're going to have a cascading effect of a bad flight going on here. I'm gonna have to cut the grass all the way, and I'm gonna have to stretch north and try to intercept the MI8 that way, closer to Mazdok. Oh, I'm so close on those RPMs. I've heard of giving service members rides in certain situations, depending on how long they were there and stuff like that, but usually it's all special. As far as I know, that's not something that was ever done just all the time. But I know they've done rides for people that had been in service for a long time, chief, you know, certain engineers, stuff like that, servicemen that never got to become like a pilot or something, but had been there for years and years. I've heard of people like that getting rides. Alright, Shrin's going after the Fulcrum. Awesome. How do I keep from hitting the ground? Because I don't fly into the ground. I don't really know how to answer that. Well, I needed to be low because of that Fulcrum. That Fulcrum's radar is actually kind of a piece of crap, so it can't look down very good, so I try to meld into the ground clutter as best I can. Even though on this server the Fulcrum's kind of cheap. The radar and the Fulcrums on this server are way better than the real ones. But I was doing that just to try to confuse its radar if it was going to come try to kill me, which I'll guarantee you it was going to come try to kill me. Getting nails from the Fulcrum. Damn. Yep, it killed Shrin, which means it's coming for me. So in real life, he'd have a lot of trouble locking me up, but this server's kind of hard mode. Yeah, we're gonna die.
Отказал генератор.
I can't even
Out of missiles.
I can't even maneuver hard right now because I'll blow my engine. See if we can land.
Отказал генератор.
Oh. Well, Mazdok's gonna get repaired. We might just have to blow everything up. Is that SA2 still there? Yeah, it's there. It doesn't look active though. Nope, it's active. There's the fan song. It's alright, it's just an SA2, it's not even really a threat. How far is that? About 60 miles? 70 miles. But we got people getting ready to get up in the air, so I'm assuming they'll be able to sanitize the air a little bit more. So let's grab a strike craft from Vodi and head over that way. I'm not even going to take jammers this time. Is that the one where the wind goes 400 knots and changes directions on a whim? I remember going on one server and the wind was ridiculously unrealistic. It was like a tornado. We played on it for a little while, but it got a little annoying. I don't know if that's the one it was, but that sounds right. And it didn't have full logistics. Alright, let's just take a couple of 12s. I'd rather take J-dams, but again, this server is hardcore, so you drop a GPS bomb and it'll just move. They're psychic and shit. Actually, we'll just take the 2. Try to keep the weight down. Alright, what was the pre-briefing on Mazdok? Shrin's already back up in the air. You know what, let's go ahead and just in case, let's create a... $10 years. What do you mean? Oh, when do I think DCS will end? Probably not anytime soon. It's literally the military training program. They do the civilian one just to make extra money. Okay, let's taxi. The dynamic campaign tools being built for Eagle Dynamics right now is almost done. Besides the campaigns that were created by other people, the actual tools to make your own dynamic campaigns, that they're on the last legs of building it. I'm not sure exactly when it's going to come out, but as far as I know, it's going to be this year. Alright, we got 70 miles. We don't have to turn on the Mavericks or anything until about 30 miles out. We got a little bit of a trip. Vody traffic, Fubar 11 taking runway 30 for a northern departure. Vody traffic. Alright, there's Mazdok. Vody traffic, Fubar 11 active clear. Alright, we need to get our data link set up, start broadcasting, change our ID here in just a second once I get my climb set in. Alright, we're cruising. That MI8 is getting ready to repair Mazdok in any second now. We'll just have to wait and see what all it spawns. And I need to take a dose of medicine in about 30 minutes, 45 minutes, somewhere around there. There it went. Mazdok upgraded. Oh, you're fucking kidding me. The Mi-8 just rebuilt a Pantsir at Mazdok. That's a bummer. Now I got to turn around maybe, because I don't know if these guys are going to be able to take care of it. Yeah, I'm going to RTB back, and I'll have to grab a Viper so I can try to help take care of that Pantsir. Well, this is going to be a nice heavy landing. Anything but a Pantsir, basically. We would have been alright, but no, they had to make a Pantsir, the most deadly friggin' thing.
Now check traffic, takeoff 06.
Alright, we're idle. Bring the boards out. We got all kinds of momentum because we are so fat right now. Vody traffic, Fubar 11 coming in on runway 30, long final.
Altitude, altitude.
It's about as smooth as I can make it. Coming in that heavy, you always got to worry about your gear. Alright, we're gonna jump into a Viper and we're gonna go aggress that Pantsir. We can't get anything done until the Pantsir's dead, period. Unfortunately. Yeah, you don't carry, most of the fighter jets don't really carry that many rounds.
Algic traffic, Cap Arcona on a final.
So 3.3 is pretty light. I don't know exactly how many rounds a F-35 carries, but it's not a lot. But it's also, it's an F-35. It's a strike craft. It's a flying radar. It's not a dogfighter or even necessarily a BVR fighter. It's more of a flying command center that distributes track files to the fighters in the flight. So it makes sense that it doesn't carry that much ammo. And also the Vulcan guns shoot really, really fast. So the little bit of ammo you do have, if you just hold down the trigger, yeah, you're gonna blow right through it. I imagine the pricing is inflated for effect, but yeah, it's...
Algic runway clear.
Alright, this is gonna have to be the good old standard 30,000 feet, Mach 1 plus, 50% inside the range. Going for full high angle, high velo. We'll get that Pantsir, damn it. Just might take a couple of flights. Alright, is that guy who flew overhead landing? I'm not sure what he's doing. Okay, I'm just gonna go. I'm not sure what's going on. What was Mazdok, 27? Although I don't know if that's going to be right. I know there's a couple of waypoints that are pre-briefed in the Viper on this server that are wrong. That one looks right though. Alright, we got to get up to Angels 30. we need to try to conserve some fuel. Alright, let's fence in. Alright, and we're all set to drop the bag. Alright, let's get through the clouds.
Cap flare.
Alright, we're almost to the perch. We're gonna go ahead and stay in blower for just a second to get a little bit of airspeed up here. Alright, we are cruising. We got a little fuel left in the bag. Hello, Dark Horse. How's it going? How was your flights tonight? How was your stream? Alright, bag is just about empty. Let's get rid of it. Oh, what do we got going on down here? Flanker, and two flankers and a fulcrum, but Cap's going in there.
Counter.
Come on, Cap. I need to get these Pantsir harms off. You can do it! Did they rebuild more shit? They did. Doesn't matter. We're going off. We're all in on the Pantsir. We have to kill it. Gotta love the A-10. I was getting ready to do an A-10 sortie myself, but I had to turn around because the enemy built a Pantsir right when I was in the air. There's the bad guy. Well, he got one of them. Keep an eye on that one that's burning for me. Okay, good. He's turning it into Cap now. Good. Leave me alone. Let me shoot my harms. $18.15. He's defensive. I see the fan song. But that's, there, okay. Fubar 1-1, Tally Pantsir. It's not the correct Pantsir, though. There's a Pantsir at Beslin as well. The one that Mazdok is not turning on for me yet. Oh, this is gonna suck. Come on, turn on. Damn it. Yeah, we're trying to execute a Pantsir because it's kind of holding up the whole show. But unfortunately, he doesn't appear to be turning on. The only Pantsir I'm seeing is way too far away. This is weird. Pantsir's being sneaky. That Pantsir is like right here right now. Yeah, you can see our scout drone right there overhead. Nope, got him. Tally Pantsir aggressing. All right, we need Mach 1 minimum. We're already inside the range I need to get the angle I need, but I need the speed now. From this height and as close as we are at the angle I'm going to fire these, it'll be a lot harder for the Pantsir to intercept, but it can still intercept them all. Magnum 1. Fubar 1-1. Magnum 4. Pantsir Mazdok.
Caution. Caution. Jack flare. Jack flare.
All right, switch over to Cat 1. Shack Pantsir. Well, that worked out really well. We got it. Trust me, it could have been a bigger nightmare than that for sure. So now we need to get in here and kill these 3 Terminators and T-90 and capture Mazdok as fast as we possibly can. I'm RTB in a hurry. We need to capture Mazdok like right now. Unfortunately, it's going to take me a little while to get there. I'm going to head for Nalachak. Or no, I'm not going to do that. We'll head for Vodi. What is Vodi? 25? Oh, 25 is the one that's incorrect, right? Yeah. Yeah, that is not Vodi out there. Alright, what is the magnetic on Vodi? 287. That sounds about right. 288, 287. But now we need to get a good... So let's change our steer point. And let's put it right on the front of the runway, like a pro. Alright, north 4413 108. And then east 0 4306 094. Elevation is 1050, so that's Hey, now that looks like mineral and Vody. And we've already got our HSI set. I don't know why that steer point is wrong. It's just in the Viper that steer point, the Vody steer point's messed up in the Viper for some reason. When whoever programmed this server just messed up that waypoint when they were doing the Viper. Alright, and we're good on fuel, right? Oh yeah, I conserved fuel. We can burn to get there quicker.
Jack Blair, Jack Blair.
All right. We could grab a hog and get it all done very efficiently and well and be able to deal with whatever ground units are there, but it's going to take us longer to get there. I'm thinking we'll grab a Hornet and we'll grab some laser guided bombs. That way we don't have to worry about the psychic tank drivers, and we'll come back and we'll just bomb the shit out of them. We don't need fatties, we can just use 12s. Look at that fuel flow. 80,000 pounds of fuel an hour, which means we could fly for a few minutes. Viper holds like, what, 7,200 pounds of fuel, I think? So 80,000 pounds an hour is all of the fuel times a lot. You could idle for a few hours though. Oh, did I put my diamond off a little bit? Yeah, Beslin, there's another Pantsir. Saw 9, which means there's flak guns there, because that's a radar for a flak gun system. There's another SA2. The P19 is the utility radar. One Pantsir. Beslin's going to be another fun one. Doesn't matter, that's not what I'm worried about. We got to capture Mazdok tonight and convert this to our frontline warehouse, and then we'll black out Sam Kilo. Who needs gas stations? Every pilot. Every pilot is thirsty for the liquid dinosaur. Ah, that diamond's close enough. If the weather was shitty, we'd be able to spot that pretty easily. That'd be pretty good. Alright, board's coming out. gear coming down.
Altitude. Altitude.
Bodie traffic, Fubar 11, coming in on initial for runway 30, long final. What's up, Mule? Alright, we are on speed and on time. That cross breeze is gusting, it feels like.
Now check traffic, Springfield 1. Now check traffic, Cap Arcona on approach. Runway 24.
We're coming in too steep. We're gonna drop down real quick under the glide slope and then intercept it. Standard shit. Alright, on time. On speed. I'm actually pretty sore tonight, but I'm doing alright. I'm not any worse than I am most nights. Sadly. Oh my god, DCS. Program ground friction into this thing, please. You're holding back my, my Warbirds play. Oh, actually, better yet, you know what we could do? Oh, shit. Woo! A little bit too much throttle when I'm turning. Trying to get shit done quick. Because you know there's like 3 MI8s on standby
Now
getting
check
ready
runways
to
clear.
repair Mazdok. So instead of grabbing the Hornet, what we're going to do is we're going to resupply the Viper and we're going to throw 6 Mavericks on this sucker and go back there and snipe out all 3 Terminators and the T-90 because we can do it quicker in the Viper. By the way, the no ground friction is what's causing the front of this aircraft to just start drifting really hard to the side and have to keep ruddering back so much. It's because the weight of the aircraft on the ground does nothing. You basically have no weight in DCS once you're on the ground. I mean, you have weight, but there's no ground friction, so a slight breeze just blows you around the ground like you're on ice. It's ridiculous. It's my biggest complaint of DCS. They've gotten most everything so good. The fact that they don't have ground friction is just so annoying. I'm gonna attempt to. Depends on if I get jumped or what, but that's definitely what I'm getting ready to do. The Pantsir's out of the way, so as long as I can get there unmolested, I will surely be able to take care of the stuff. Yeah, Mule, that is why. That's why when you try to fly warbirds, it's like you don't even have enough rudder pedal. You're standing on it and you're still sliding all over the place. It's because there's no ground friction. There's ground weight, but no friction. So if you land hard, you'll blow up your plane or blow up your gear. But if you're taxiing, it just blows you around like you're a leaf. It wouldn't hurt. Hopefully I'll clear it out pretty damn quick once I'm up in the air. But I can't like promise it or anything, but I'm gonna definitely try. I'm gonna take 6 Mavericks and 2 GBU 12s.
Request refueling. Request rearming.
Yeah, zone supplies.
Copy.
Zone supplies are troops. If you're worried about the weight, you can just grab like 3 sets of troops, and that will capture it and tier it up to tier 3, and be lighter than 2 sets of zone supplies. Because I'm going to turn it into a warehouse. Once we capture it, I'm going to immediately spend our war funds on warehousing Mazdok, so we won't have to worry about supplies into Mazdok once we capture it. So we just need to tier it up. So you can just grab 3 sets of troops, or even 4, 8-man squads, and just load them up in the Chinook and do it that way. It'll be lighter and easier to fly. Give me that liquid dinosaur.
Refueling complete.
Yep, 7,200 pounds in the fuselage and wings. Bag bumps us up to 9,200 pounds. Which means if we go full blower, we can fly for like so many minutes. Alright, there we go. Mavericks and bombs. And we'll have to switch it up.
Rearming complete.
Alright, switching to Cat 3. Alright, let's get up in the air. Oh, there's Havocs down there too. That's lovely. What runway is this? 12? Bodie traffic, Fubar 11, taking runway 12 for a eastern departure. It's probably the folder you put them into. Sometimes the names of the livery folder are not what you would expect. Like, it's not just what you would expect the folder to be named. I can get you the livery folder name later and tell you where to put that folder. Alright, blower. Rotating.
Altitude.
Gear coming up.
Altitude.
Alright, master arm on, laser is on, air to ground, and turn on the Mavericks, and we're going to go to pre-briefing. Yeah, it's weird that, like, the folders just aren't necessarily always labeled properly, and if it's not labeled exactly the way Eagle Dynamics needs it to be labeled, then it won't read the folder. And it's just not, you don't just type in, like, CH47 and it just works. Sometimes it's simple like that, but on different aircraft, it's not what you would expect it to be at all. Like, I think, like, for the F-16, I think it's not an F-16 folder. It's like you got to type out properly the whole F-16C Block 50. If I remember correctly. But I'll look it up on my computer after the stream or later, or sometime in the stream when I'm not in a hurry to do something, and I'll get you that information. Oh, you're shitting me. The gear didn't come up. My button. My stupid broken button. My throttle body landing gear button's shorting out. I hit it and it'll double press. I didn't even see it. We should be alright. I wasn't actually going that fast, but... Alright, we're looking for...
Counter.
Right side, there's an access road. Southern side of the runway, 1 T-90 and 3 Terminators. So there's the runway. There's the access road right there. They are. Got them. Mavericks are still warming up. We're just gonna fly right over the top of Shrin and those he's doing good on those Havocs. Good shit, Shrin. Okay, they got the flanker punked out perfect. Yeah, see, like right there. F-16 CM Block 50. I think that's the actual folder name for the liveries that you have to put in the save game folder. I'll look up the Chinook later. I know it's weird. Actually, I can look it up right now. We're just flying straight for a minute. Let's see. Users. Saved games. DCS, liveries. Okay, Are you ready, Trax? The folder for the Chinook skins is capital CH hyphen 47 capital F. CH hyphen 47F, the letters are all capital. That folder goes into your local drive, users, your name, saved games, DCS, liveries folder. Make a new folder in there and call it capital CH hyphen 47 capital F. Then put those liveries directly into that folder, and then when you get into DCS, they should show up in your rearm window, if they're available.
Counter.
Alright, Mavericks are up. And handing off. We're still way too far away to see it, but
Now check traffic. Taking off 06.
Counter.
oh, there's the flanker right there. It's coming up Cap's ass. Looks like my first shot's gonna be on the T-90, and then I'm just gonna go to town from there. There he is. We're almost in range for contrast. Dang. Got it? There we go. It is that easy. Alright, 4 Mavericks, whatever. Fubar 1-1, 4 Mavericks on Mazdok armor.
Cap flare. Cap flare. Cap flare.
Shack times 4. Alright, it needs to be captured. It's neutral.
Would it work if I land on Mazdok?
Cap flare. Cap flare.
SA2 is still active. Yeah, there's the fan song. I don't think I'm going to be able to get close enough to hit it with a Maverick. Alright, and Trax on the way. Trax is on the way. So now we just need to kind of make sure. One MI8 leaving Beslin, heading north to Mazdok. We have to make sure it does not get to Mazdok.
I copy. I'll watch.
Copy. It's going to take Trax a little bit to get there. He's on the way. To capture, I mean.
Resupply convoy for the SAM east of Mazdok destroyed.
F-14, buddy Spike.
We're gonna see if we can put a Maverick on that fan song radar. Hey, my GPS was pretty good. Okay, there's the fan song right there. Tally fan song east of Mazdok. I'm gonna see if I can get a Maverick on it.
I've been engaging at SAM side better.
Counter.
MI8 down.
Copy, splash hip.
Splash 2 times. Scenes use at 7
Cap
kilo.
flare. Cap flare.
Running in on the north on fan song and AAA units, Maverick and guns.
You want me to hold off on shooting?
Yeah, I wouldn't waves Maverick from it.
Copy, Fubar 1-1, backing off.
Jedi 6-1 rifle and then for the guns north to south, same kilo.
Fubar on the RTB. We're gonna land at Mazdok.
Jedi 6-1 setting up for re-attacks and kilos. South to north. Guns.
Or actually, I won't get points if I land there. We'll head back to Nalachek. We got plenty of fuel, right? Yeah. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's conserving fuel. Alright, let's reset our... And Nalachek is 26. Maybe. It says that's it. Yeah, it looks about right. So what we do? We just took out 4 targets. We fired 4 Mavericks, got 4 targets. And bring the rest of our stuff home. Deposit it back in the warehouse. What is the... Magnetic is 228. Wow, we're almost lined up with the runway already. We're on super friggin' long final.
Laid down at the same kilo, only thing remaining is resupply trucks and some launchers. Jedi 6-1 Manchester RTP Mazdok.
Copy, Sam silenced. Well, I see Nalachek. Lineup's going to be a little off. Looks like the GPS is on the infield, which is, that's normal in DCS. It's normal if you're lining up off of a Tacan beacon. Alright, we're idle. What's the name of that runway? 2424. We might have to enter the stack. There's a lot of people flying off of Nalachak, so we're just gonna loiter. We'll enter the right base.
Altic traffic, Cap Arcona. Long final runway 24.
Although we might loiter long enough that we could just swoop in.
Mazdok traffic, Jet 61 emergency landing from the east runway 26, fueling and what fuel.
Trax is 15 miles out. Hope my gear pops out.
Now check traffic 1 times F16 holding short 06.
Now Chef traffic, Fubar 11 entering right base in a holding pattern. Angels 10. We should be able to kind of time this and just do an overhead brake off of the right base and come back down on runway 24.
Mazdok traffic, Jet 61 short final runway 26, less than 100 pounds per.
Now check runway clear.
Now check 1 times F16 taking 06 for southwest departure.
Southwest. Oh, okay, they're gonna go over here to maybe Artillery Factory or Juliet Beslin. So we're going to start slowly descending down from the stack.
Mazdok traffic relay from Jedi 61 runway inoperable. Now check traffic, approach cleared.
Nalachak traffic, Fubar 11, entering right base. Gonna do an overhead brake to runway 24.
Altitude. Altitude.
Alright, board's coming out. Gear coming down. Alright, we're on speed. Piece of cake. There you go. A little spiffy procedure. Now check traffic, Fubar 11 active clear. Alright, let's take a look at the map and see what's going on now. Tracks should be getting really close to Mazdok, so we should be able to capture that real soon. Oh yeah, he's right there. He's right there. You can do it, Tracks. As soon as you capture that, Tracks, and it tears up, I'm gonna warehouse it. And that'll be our main base for pretty much the rest of this war. Because there's no other airfields coming down to Tbilisi and Suganlug. So we're putting all of our eggs in Mazdok.
Now check traffic at F-16, final approach.
Be careful, there is a wrecked F-16 on the northern side of the runway. Good landing, Tracks. There goes the supplies. One and two. Alright. Okay, I'm tiering it. Or warehousing it, I mean. Oh shit.
Now check Cap Arcona F-16 taking runway 06.
It's got to be tiered up one more time. I'll do that. I'll force it. Alright, now it'll work. Okay, Mazdok is a full warehouse now, so we don't have to run supplies. It's infinite. What defenses do we have there? That's not ideal. 2 Gepards and an Avenger. Oh man, that sucks. So what we're gonna do is we gotta shore this up. We can't let the enemy capture Mazdok because we just made it our front line basically. So I'm gonna switch over to Mazdok in a Chinook and I'm gonna do some building. We're gonna build a couple of SAM units on the outside of Mazdok. And we can do that.
Now check active clear.
Because we've got shitloads of supplies. What's up, Jock?
Now check traffic overhead braking.
How was your flights tonight? Oh boy, Chinook lag. It's going pretty good. We're almost on the last stretch of this current war we've been working on. Just got to get Beslan all the way down to Tbilisi now, and then we got to clear out the ocean. Oh my gosh. Those beacons and that static are going to drive me crazy real fast.
8 o'clock. Searching.
Alright, is the doors opened? Yeah. Let's see what we can build. We need to build a couple of SAM units in this area to make sure it stays ours. So other, logistics, CTLD, manage crates, get crates, SAMs. Alright, I'm going to build a Hawk system and a SAMs system. Start with the Hawk.
Fixed wing. 8 o'clock. Searching.
Ooh, that's heavy.
10 o'clock. Searching.
Alright, we got one Hawk. Sajawan and the other person on YouTube, how are you guys doing?
Fixed wing. 6 o'clock. Tracking. Fixed wing. 6 o'clock. Searching. Gun.
Alright, where do we want to build this Hawk?
Fixed wing. 6 o'clock. Searching.
I don't know if they're going to do that because we do have the C-130. We'll see. I'm all for companies, as long as they do it right, building all kinds of aircraft. Can't have too many. But I'm sure having the C-130 already will deter
Fixed wing. 5 o'clock.
some of that. Let's put the Hawk back here, north of the airfield. It's got to be outside of the blue, so we're going to put it right over here by this tree.
Searching. Fixed wing. 8 o'clock. Searching. Gun. 9 o'clock. Searching.
We don't even need our map.
Fixed wing.
Well, yeah, we'll
7
leave it.
o'clock. Searching.
Alright, so we're just going right over there.
Gun. 9 o'clock. Searching. Fixed wing. 8 o'clock. Searching. Gun. 9 o'clock. Searching. Fixed wing. 8 o'clock.
that field right out there.
9 o'clock. Searching. Fixed wing. 9 o'clock. Searching. Fixed wing. 12 o'clock. Searching. Gun. 10 o'clock. Searching. Fixed wing. 10 o'clock. Searching. Gun. 10 o'clock. Searching.
I'd like to see a full fidelity fullback if they could get the data on that. That would be a really cool multi-role strike craft with a multi-crew that would be entertaining. Well, you know, it's a Russian intruder, basically. That'd be good. A fullback would be a good one. Alright, let's get into this field a little ways. We'll build the Hawk here and we'll put the Nassams in the other field there. And that should help keep the enemy from capturing. Actually, we'll put we should put the Nassams on the south side to stop approaching helicopters better. We'll put the Hawk back here. Fullback, Sukhoi 34. Yeah, the duck. Alright, let's build the Hawk. We gotta set it and drop it to build, and then we gotta take off really quick so it doesn't build inside of us and kill us. CTLD, manage crates, drop crates, Hawk site, drop and build. Alright, we gotta take off immediately. And then we will linger until it's built.
12 o'clock. Searching. Gun. 10 o'clock. Searching. Fixed wing. 9 o'clock. Searching. Fixed wing. 8 o'clock. Searching. Fixed wing. 8 o'clock. Tracking. Gun. 7 o'clock.
There we go. We got a Hawk.
3 o'clock. Searching. Hawk. 3 o'clock. Searching. Fixed wing. 6 o'clock. Tracking. Fixed wing. 3 o'clock. Searching.
Alright, let's head back to Mazdok and we'll pick up on the Sams.
Hawk. 2 o'clock. Searching. Gun. 6 o'clock.
And that way, no matter what, Mazdok should remain ours.
Fixed wing.
Because I don't know how much more we're going to get done tonight. Well, I've got some time. We can get some more done.
Hawk. 3 o'clock. Searching. Gun.
Sukhoi 24, that's a fencer?
Gun. 1 o'clock. Searching. Fixed
The
wing.
Sukhoi flogger, basically.
Searching.
Well, it might be a fitter. Fencer and fitter, they're the same thing, except one's the Su-17 and the other one's the Su-24. I always mix up which one's the fencer and which one's the fitter. I do like the Sukhoi stuff, though, more than the MiG stuff. I'm a fan of the Sukhois and the flankers more than the MiGs. Yep, take it easy, Trax. Thanks for capturing Mazdok. Good flying, buddy. Are we in the blue? We're in the blue. God damn, that wind is shoving me. Alright, now we're going to do the Nassam. Where are we going to put this Nassams? I'm saying, like, right over here. So there is some tree cover, but it's got a good visual to the south, which is where all these helicopters and other enemies are going to be coming from Beslan.
Fixed wing, 5 o'clock.
So let's
Searching.
just look for the pond and come to the west of the pond. Yeah, welcome to life. Hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait. That's not just military, that's friggin' just life in general. Alright, Nassams. Get and load. Yep, we just captured Mazdok. I just converted it to a warehouse, and I'm building SAMs around it right now. We're building a good foothold from Mazdok and Nalachak. Sam Kilo is neutered, but it needs to be finished off. And we're ready for Beslan. Beslan does have a Pantsir. It's also got a Gecko and like some flak guns, but the Pantsir is the only real threat there. I think the SA-2 got neutered. I haven't put up a scout yet, though. Give me a second, Magic. No, take it easy, Jock. You've probably been friggin' flying all day, man. You don't gotta hang around here. Eat some food, relax. I'm gonna deploy a scout over Beslan. We'll know exactly what's there. Okay, the SA-2 is still there, but it's neutered. Then there's some random... There's a Tor Gauntlet there with the Pantsir, so there's the problem. Pantsir and a Tor Gauntlet, same spot. Normal stuff. We need a high velo, high angle harm strike on the Gauntlet and the Pantsir to break through. There's also a nasty-ass Pantsir over that artillery factory, unless somebody took it out, but I know it was there last night. It's probably still there.
Fixed wing, 1 o'clock.
Alright,
Searching.
let's build our Nassams over here. Did I get it? Yeah, I got it. That's straight south. Fubo 1-1 crossing Mazdok runway. There's the pond right there. We'll go through the trees right over there and drop off the Nassams in there.
5 o'clock. Searching. Got it. 2 o'clock. Searching.
I don't think this is a big Nassams, it's a small Nassams, so we can put it in a small field. It's not going to be a huge one.
Got it. 5 o'clock. Searching.
Oh my god, remember when you'd have to, before the Chinook, and to build a SAM site it would take like 3 or 4 trips? Because you'd have to get it like a crate at a time. Yeah, man, I remember the first time I built a SAM site was in the MI8, and it was like, it wasn't a short trip either. It took me a while to get it done. Now it's like Chinook. It's just like, I'm gonna go build a SAM's over there. One trip.
Fixed wing. 3 o'clock. Searching.
Oh, let's make sure we're in the clear. All right, building, 30 seconds to get out of the way.
Got it. 6 o'clock. Searching. Fixed wing.
Boom, all right, we got into Sam's.
1 o'clock. Searching.
It's just a double box. So that would be like, I want to say 24?
Sam.
Or no, those are small boxes.
Hawk. 11 o'clock.
That's just 6. I thought it was a multi-box.
Searching.
That's a single box.
Got it. 9 o'clock. Searching. Sam. 5 o'clock. Searching. Fixed wing.
I want the big
8 o'clock.
Nasams
Searching. Fixed wing. 8 o'clock.
that has 3 different missiles in it.
Got it.
SHORADs, long-range radar. Those ones probably just have Fox 3s, right? The single boxes.
Got it. 10 o'clock. Searching.
I don't even think they have the big multi-box Nasams on DCS. I think they all just have the
Sam. 6 o'clock. Searching.
the Fox 3 Nasams.
Searching.
I wonder why they don't do it, but it might be hard to program the actual Nasams that has all kinds of different missiles in it.
5 o'clock. Searching. Fixed wing. 5 o'clock. Searching.
Alright, we got good defense now at least, sort of.
Sam. 5 o'clock. Searching.
Let's just land over here without wrecking.
Hawk. 9 o'clock. Searching.
We'll land on the concrete.
Sam. 3 o'clock. Searching.
That's my parking spot.
Fixed wing. 5 o'clock. Searching. Fixed wing. 6 o'clock. Searching. Fixed wing. 5 o'clock. Searching. Got it. 9 o'clock. Searching. Sam. 6 o'clock. Searching.
Like a boss.
Fixed wing. 5 o'clock. Searching.
Alright, I have got to get up and stretch my legs for a second and grab my medicine and use the restroom because I forgot to take my medicine
Searching.
like 45 minutes ago. I'll be right back.
Fixed wing. 8 o'clock. Searching.
Give me another second. I gotta take the medicine now. If you're blowing the front tire, you're going too fast when you take off. The landing gear on the Frog is kind of brittle. You're probably overspeeding it, not getting up fast enough. Kind of like the Sukhoi 27. It's notoriously brittle gear, so landing it and taking it off, you got to be right in the numbers. Frogfoot, though, you can usually get away with like 310 kilometers or so on takeoff without blowing the gear up. But you should be able to start getting lift at like 260, 270. Super heavy, 290, 300. It's because, are you in a T model, Frog, or an A model? If you're in an A model, it should be super easy, but the T model is kind of a big cinder block. Especially when it's fully loaded up. Alright, we set up all the SAMs. Did they black out? Okay, they blacked out Kilo, so it's time to start attacking Beslan. Oh, did somebody already get the Pantsir? Nice. Yeah, the T model is super unwieldy because they just took an A model and stuffed more shit in it. They didn't like upgrade the engines or make it more aerodynamic. They just took an A model and crammed a bunch of shit in it, making it way heavier. So usually for the T model, I take off with standard flaps, not full flaps, and just gun it and start rotating at like 250, 260 kilometers. Yeah, the A model is way more agile. But I mean, that's kind of like a Russian thing, right? Hey, look, it works and it's flying. Let's make it heavier. Let's put more shit on it. So you can definitely get into trouble with weights in the T model and how sluggish it is. It's going to be very sluggish. Especially because you're in a Frog, so you know you put a bunch of shit on there. You don't just go, I'm going to just take a couple things. You're in a Frog. You're like, give me both a poo launchers. Yeah, but then they come up with their other problem. Can it turn? Foxbats and foxhounds are really cool until they have to turn. They're really good at going straight fast. Alright, I guess I'm gonna grab a hog and try to start assaulting Beslan directly. Looks like you guys took care of the SAMs while I was building our own SAM sites. Alright, we do not need a jammer. Take Predator rockets, take the Lightning Pod, we'll take some Mavericks for standoff. And then we'll take some more Preds and stick a couple of GBU-12s down there just in case. Single 12s. Let's see. You can get a hold of me in my Discord. I mean, that's usually the easiest way for people to get a hold of me. I don't know about joining any competitions. Unless it's modeling. I am the best looking old disabled pilot, so... If it's a beauty pageant, yeah, I'm gonna win that shit. That's right. I am, besides the disabled body, all messed up stuff, I'm perfectly aged. I'm not that old. My body's just all messed up. I'm in my 40s. I'm getting close to 50. Yeah, my biological father was on the Ranger in Vietnam, the carrier Ranger in Vietnam. My stepdad was... Well, I'm not going to say exactly where we were for that, but he was an A-10 wing guy. And my biological dad is still kicking. Stepdad has passed. Yeah, the only thing my biological father was on was the Ranger. Well, I mean, besides the fact he was in Vietnam on the Ranger, so he was probably on some hookers too. Alright, what is this? 26. Mazdok traffic, Fubar 11 taking off runway 26, southern departure, Mazdok traffic. No, they all knew exactly what they were bringing back on that ship. They're just trying to cover it up. In Vietnam, all the ships were plague ships. There was no exception. They all went to the beach. I didn't say it was good or bad. I'm just saying that's what happened.
Viper Fox 3, Fishman.
Mazdok traffic, Fubar 11 active clear. Alright, there is... Alright, let's start warming up the Mavericks right now. Well, you can tell I missed my friggin' medicine dose. I'm starting to get dysphagia. What do we still have at Beslin? Uh-oh, my map is locked up. Oh, DCS, what are you doing? Oh, you bastards. Why would it boot me right when I'm taking off? I don't know. It didn't say there was a restart coming, or if it did, I wasn't paying attention. But 11:30, I don't think so. No, server's still up. It just booted me. Oh, that's interesting. It's an invite to the SFL, Strike Fighter Jet Simulation League. I don't know, I'll think about it. It's probably not the best idea for me to try to do stuff like that because of my body and times I can actually fly. We'll see. Well, shit. This thing's probably ready to be almost captured. Let's just grab a hind and some troops so we can capture it and assault whatever's there. It's in the special options. If you go to options outside of a server and go to special and scroll down to the SRS and click on it, there'll be one that says automatically connect to server. And you just want to check that box. Alright, let's see. We need tandems. And more tandems. And that'll leave us a little bit of room for troops.
Adjusting magnetic declination. Ready. Meters per second.
Mazdok traffic, Jedi flight, take runway 26 for self departure. Mazdok.
Alright, let's grab one small squad so we can capture.
We're ready. Let's go.
Alright, it's like straight south almost. Yeah, pretty close. $32 miles, that's not bad. Alright, we'll power up everything once we get up in the air. Alright, break off. We're gonna do a rolling takeoff. Let's go over there. Oh, what the hell? Is it locking up again? Why am I getting booted left and right? Is somebody doing that? Give me a second. Look at the log for a second. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's booting me. I'm not seeing anything. Doesn't look like anybody else is getting booted. My internet's fine. Yeah, my connection's solid. Huh, I'm not sure. What's up, Turtleback? How are you doing tonight?
Adjusting magnetic declination. Ready.
Meters per second.
Alright, small set of troops again.
Let's get to the AO.
And we'll turn everything else on in the air. Break off. Oh, we got a bunch of people right here. Better be careful. Yeah, there's the plane coming. We're facing almost directly south, which is where we need to go. So we're just going to do a rolling start from here and take off straight away. We've got 8 tandem rounds, which can pretty much kill anything. So as long as we don't get jumped by something we can't handle, we should be able to finish bezeling off and try to capture it fairly quickly. I'm not sure what else is still there, but oh, there's still a lot of stuff there, but here we go. All right, gear coming up. Gear is up. All right, we're on the way.
Turning on weapons.
And we need to turn on our anti-ice. Seeing as how the Caucasus Mountains are a frozen wasteland on this server. What was it? Negative 9 degrees Celsius. It's pretty cold. Alright, we're cruising. Let's have a look, see what we got. Neutered SA2, that's fine. So here we go. We got a technical and a scimitar probably. Yeah, scimitar. And over on the other side we got another scimitar. No, that's a scorpion. T90 BTR-D. And a couple more technicals in the back side. So that's all stuff we could handle. The T90 and the BTR, they can be a danger if you're not careful. T90 for sure can be a danger. They like to laze you and fire a laser guided out of the barrel at you.
Now check Cap Arcona Viper long final runway 24.
Strike in Westlands runway with 4 times market force.
Oh gosh, I've got a dock behind me. That's scary. Yeah, get it all, yeah, kill everything. We're all on the same team as long as the stuff gets killed. Be better if everybody kills everything before I get there, just because then there's no danger and I can capture it with the troops I've got. For efficiency's sake.
Turning on weapons. Attack selected.
Oh, I didn't bring any. Doc, are you just like shooting?
Commander weapons ready.
Blow on all your weapons. Look at all that taxpayer money. Using it to kill gnats.
Yeah, I forgot to reset my ammo count.
What are you packing there, Doc?
16 times laser hellfire.
Okay, go up there and kill everything.
I will attempt to. We're still about 10 minutes out.
Oh yeah. Dude, I'm in a Russian vehicle. I don't even know where the hell I'm going. I just keep going till stuff shoots at me, then I shoot back.
Probably want to come about 5 degrees to your left.
Copy 5.
You're already on exact line right now for the waypoint.
Observe activated. Looking for targets.
Still a ways out. MiGs, huh? Oh yeah, fish beds. Copy, fish beds ×2 leaving Beslin.
Target search.
Just 1 inbound from west to 4 times Mach 4 against the runway on Mazdok. And gonna suppose fish beds.
Copy.
Observe off.
Jedi flight is tally fish beds on the runway. Take us. Jedi 6-1, 5 mile to drop. 30 seconds.
That might have been the worst micro switch I've ever done. Yep, take it easy, Hatch. Oh, those spawns aren't retarded. Those are standard, man. Better pull up hard. Something got him. Oh, there's a man pad down there. He flew over a man pad. That'll do it. Shoulder-mounted Igla, the bane of all pilots.
About 30 clicks out now.
Yeah, that's like 22 Nixes. Are you getting any weird buffeting when you're flying on this server, where all of a sudden you'll start getting these huge wind gusts that just shove you?
I haven't noticed anything yet.
I'm getting real weird shifting.
Nothing on my own.
I'm thinking it's my throttle body. Part of my HOTAS is starting to short out.
Do you have your yaw autopilot on that thing?
I do. But usually it doesn't affect me like this. I think it's the throttle body. I've got my rudders inputted onto the throttle body. I think it's right next to the switch that keeps shorting out.
Oh, okay.
I need to replace my throttle body. I just don't have the means to do it right now. Beware, there's a man pad over there at Beslin.
Observe on. Searching. Searching for targets.
They get a little bit of altitude up Georgia.
Target search.
I got tally ground units.
Got a list of 3 so far.
Same. Don't worry about crossfire, just go for it.
I'm gonna focus air to air and then everything after.
Looks like Pizza got the man pad. Oh, Pizza got the man pad. Let's start unloading a little bit of torque.
Still about 14 clicks up. Jedi 6-1 inbound of supplies for Tesla.
Supplies. I'm going for the T90 first target if I can find it.
Rifles ESU.
Searching for targets. Tracking target.
Tally T90 aggressing.
Get me closer. Out of range.
Come on, Petri dish. Give me the okay. Petri! You're killing me, buddy. Pre-flaring.
Ready to engaging.
Fubar 11, rifle T90.
Yeah. Target search. Tracking target. Target in range.
Rifle M11. Breaking off, coming back around.
Good at it. Observe off.
I actually don't know AK, I really don't. I never asked Santa for like a list. I don't know if he's got it on RNG or if he just does it manually or what. I have no idea. Looks like that Scorpion's still... I'm gonna come back around and finish off that Scorpion. I'll know as soon as the war's over.
Observe on. Searching. Observe on. Searching.
Rifle Scorpion.
Oh, that's what he's shooting at.
Tracking target. Target in range.
Give it another shot. It didn't work.
Launch. Observe off.
Yeah, mine hit and didn't hit either. It might be hiding inside of another vehicle or something weird like that. No, it looks like you got it.
Jedi 6-1 and the supplies will have an ETA 15 minutes.
Going guns on the SA2 site.
Rifle scimitar. Rifle scimitar again. Got rifle space 2.
Do not... Oh my god. If this boots me again... Son of a bitch. Something is wrong. It is just booting me repeatedly now. Son of a... Oh, this is annoying. I had the troops to capture it. It just keeps booting me. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna call it a night then. If it's gonna keep booting me, I'm not gonna be able to get a whole lot done. I'll get my logs together and send them over to Santa maybe and see if he can figure out why it keeps booting me. It did this to me like last week too. One night it just kept booting me repeatedly. I got no idea what's doing that. I'm not resource starved or anything on my rig at all. I don't know what's doing it. Alright, let me see who's flying. I'll raid you guys over somewhere. Man, that is just disheartening and annoying. We were having a good old hind run there. Alright, I got someone to send. I got a raid for everybody. Alright, raid's going through. I'll be back tonight like normal. Hopefully I won't get booted every 10 minutes after a little bit. It's weird too, the whole start of the stream we were fine for a while, but then, what was that, three disconnects in like 15-20 minutes? That's way too much. That's a bummer. YouTube people, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the subs and everything tonight. I appreciate that. Twitch people, the raid's coming through in just a minute. Thanks for hanging out. Everyone's welcome in the Discord. I'll be in the Discord for a few more hours. If you need to get a hold of me, that's where you can do so. I'll think about that invite they sent me to that flying competition. I'll look into it, but I'm not really sure yet if I can do that, just because of time and my body conditions. We'll see. I'll look into it. And here goes the raid. Take it easy, everybody.